Hi there, it's Erin Duffy, your stage presence coach, back again with another tip to help amplify your stage presence and own your unique voice so that you feel comfortable and confident in every room you walk into. All right, today we're going to talk about rehearsal. Because if you have a keynote or a presentation or a high visibility speaking opportunity coming up, you have to rehearse, right? Absolutely. But here's where I see people get stuck when it comes to rehearsal. They rehearse to get every word right. They rehearse to sound polished. They rehearse to not mess up. And while I completely agree with the instinct of that, absolutely, I think that kind of rehearsal sometimes can make us sound a little less natural, a little less ourselves, not more ourselves. Because here's the thing, your audience, they don't have your script, and your audience isn't sitting there waiting for you to say every single word perfectly. You know what they are doing? They are paying attention to how you make them feel. Are you present? Are you connected? Are you bringing them with you? Think about that, because here is the shift I really want you to make when you think about rehearsal. Do not rehearse for perfection. Rehearse for connection. And that means that you're not just practicing all the words. No. It means you're practicing how you breathe inside those words. You're practicing when you pause. You're practicing when you look up and look people in the eye. You're practicing how to let that message land instead of rushing through to the next point. Because a strong keynote is not just about what you say. That strong keynote, it's about how comfortably and confidently you live inside your message. All right. So when you rehearse only to memorize, like we said earlier, you don't sound like yourself. You start to sound stiff, sometimes over-controlled, and sometimes not really fully present, fully there. But when you do rehearse for that connection, well, guess what happens? Your message starts to feel like you. And that is when you do that, this is when your audience takes note. They start to relax. They're kind of getting into it, getting really comfortable with it. And guess what? They're coming with you. So if that sounds really enticing and you want more of that kind of connection, try this simple tip for your upcoming keynote or your presentation. All right, first, it's got 3 parts to it. And this is all about rehearsal. We're talking about rehearsal here. First, I want you to pick a section. So pick the first part section of your keynote or presentation. And I want you first to rehearse it by standing still and just feel grounded in your words. All right. Then once you do that, I want you to then, secondly, rehearse it with intentional pauses. Think through your pauses, and then let yourself breathe in those pauses and let those important moments land. All right. And then 3, I want you to rehearse it as if you're explaining it to one person that you genuinely care about, not a whole full room of strangers. No, pick one person and someone that you want to send this message to and have that conversation with them. Practice as if you're having that with one person. All right. So try all 3 steps. And then what I want you to do is take a step back and notice the changes. Where do you feel more natural? Mark it down, write it, think about it. All right. And where do you sound more like yourself? Where's your voice coming out? Don't sound like somebody else. You're sounding like you. And where does your message start to open up for you? All right. So try that with that one section. And once you figure that out, then I want you to try it with all sections of your keynote and see how it makes a difference in the way you present yourself on stage. All right. So try that. Try that this week, or if you have a keynote coming up, try it for your next keynote. practice it, and let me know how it goes. I want to know how those changes felt for you. And if you start to really incorporate that in all of your sections of your keynote. All right. And here's the thing. If this is sounding like something that you're really interested in learning more about, that rehearsal time, how to practice that rehearsal, how to make your keynote just shine. That is what my Wow Your Audience keynote program is all about. So if you're interested in learning more about that, sign up for a 20-minute meet and greet with me. Would love to talk to you about your keynote and what you're wanting to do with it and see if we might be able to move it a little bit. But meanwhile, I want you to start treating rehearsal as sort of as a gift to yourself, to helping you bring yourself to that stage really comfortably, really confidently, and making that connection with your audience. Rehearse, rehearse. All right, that's it for this time. I'm wishing you all a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time for another tip on how to bring your executive stage presence to every room you walk into.